So in Boruto chapter 30, we got the cliffhanger ending where it said that the battle for Kawaki is about to begin in the next chapter, and that'll be the chapter that comes out towards the end of this month in January. But the thing is it essentially set us up where you had Naruto preparing to face off with Delta from the Car organization, and I was reading through a lot of the comments, and a lot of people are immediately saying like, man, Delta's about to get railroaded. Naruto's gonna run a Shadow Clone gangbang on her, like she doesn't know what she's about to get into it. Hashtag me too. And I think that when you look at all those comments, a lot of them are completely disrespectful. And yet at the same time, let's be real here, this is Naruto Jesus. Like, Naruto is a walking god at this point. If he doesn't use Talk no Jutsu on her, he's just gonna go in raw on her, and he's gonna mess Delta up so badly that she's not gonna be able to walk straight afterwards, and she's gonna be escorted to the Konoha prison system where she can get interrogated. And the thing is when you look at all of that, I don't think you're gonna get a serious fight with Naruto versus Delta, but at the same time, I do think that it would be pretty telling if you had this fight take place, and because she's using all of this different ninja technology, and because she is a crafty fighter, or more than likely she's someone who's extremely hot-headed, which that in itself is a variable, because when someone is that unhinged, and she's clearly a woman who's extremely pissed off, someone who's that unhinged and someone who could potentially be backed into a corner, that's the most dangerous person to fight. And the fact that Himawari is still there means that Naruto can't go out at full power, and the fact that Delta can use all these different drones and we don't know what else she has, that could present a bit of a problem for Naruto. And I think that the most important thing is this Delta versus Naruto fight. I think that when we look at it, I think that we're going to be seeing the old generation clash with the new generation. I don't mean like, oh, well, yeah, Naruto is older than Delta. Like, Naruto is the millennial and Delta is the older member of Gen Z. You know, so I don't think that that's the case. I really don't think that's the case. But what I do think is you will have the whole thing of the ninja tech and just the technology going up against the older generation who focuses on ninjutsu and chakra and that type of training. I think that you could see a clash like that, and if she starts using all this technology that allows her to even fight on par with base Naruto, push Naruto to use some of his more advanced ninjutsu, I think that that could show us just what the potential of all this ninja weapons tech truly is. And the fact that the Car organization has gone out of its way to use so much science, that shows that this is going to be something that has a huge thing to play with later on in the series. That's gonna be a huge plot point. I mean, the fact that Katasuke was placed under brainwashing the whole time during the Naruto Boruto the movie retelling in the Boruto movie, and then in the Boruto manga it was revealed that he was brainwashed. The fact that all that's going on, it really shows you that ninja tech is going to have a huge role in the series going forward, which means you can have characters like Dinky later on playing a huge role. But I think it has to start now. I think it has to start now with a character who no one expects being able to keep up with Naruto, whether it be because they think she's a woman, therefore she can't keep up. And I'm gonna throw that out there because some of the comments I got on the last video were bordering a little more on the sexist side, and a lot of people are saying, well, you know, she's a woman, she's probably gonna be weak like Sakura. And I just wanted to throw that out there because the Naruto series isn't necessarily about power, it's about hacks abilities, it's about strategy, and the right person at the right time can defeat anybody. The thing is I think that this would be a great opportunity to show that. Now, the other thing is, if we were to have this fight take place, and Naruto fights against someone who he should essentially raffle stomp, and he begins to have this level of difficulty, I think that now you begin the transition of moving away from Naruto's generation and their way of thinking to the Boruto generation, because Naruto's gen wasn't using all this technology, but Boruto's generation, they'd grown up with it. That's why I made the whole millennial and Gen Z comparison, because millennials, we know a little bit about the technology, we pioneered it, and yet we didn't grow up with it like the Gen Z generation, so 97 onward. And so when you look at that, that's a potential right there to bring Boruto's generation into the forefront, where they're the ones who are combating against the car organization, because they're better able to discern and adapt to what's going on there. Like if you look at the Boruto versus Owl fight, the great thing about that fight is Boruto was able to look at the chakra tool that Katasuke had created and say, okay, so this is a chakra sword and it's gonna drain my energy. So it's kind of like a really overpowered magic item. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but Boruto said it's kind of like a really overpowered magic item, and if I use it too long, my health bar is gonna hit 0. Okay, well, I got a plan to use this. And Boruto, without actually using the chakra tool for a prolonged period of time, was able to use it in battle and use it in a way that showed a level of skill to it. And I think that when it comes to fighting against all the various technology, having Boruto and Boruto's generation be the ones who are able to come up with countermeasures against it on the spot, I think that's something that is a good plot point. And I think that having Boruto watch Naruto struggle against that, and given Boruto's relationship with Katasuke, you could see Boruto coming up with the countermeasures against the car organization. Now, the other thing is I think that when you get into the actual Naruto versus Delta fight in itself, if Naruto is handicapped, if Himawari is there for whatever reason, due to maybe Delta doing something on her own or something happened with Himawari, whatever the case is, if Boruto can't get her out of there, then having Naruto have to fight Delta and then use shadow clones for like the drones and stuff she has, or if Delta is using drones in a way to attack Naruto from a distance without Naruto being able to figure out where the drone is, because Naruto can sense chakra, but that drone doesn't use chakra. That gives you the opportunity to have Naruto fighting a battle on two different fronts, and have one enemy that he is trying to gauge her strength and gauge the tactics behind what she's doing, and also have an inanimate object attacking him as well from a distance and he can't locate it. So essentially having the drone act like a sniper. This could be something really interesting. I think that this Naruto versus Delta fight has the potential to change ninja battles as we know them in the Naruto franchise, for better or for worse. But I want to know what you guys think. What are your expectations for the Naruto versus Delta fight? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video, guys. Have an awesome day.